Welcome to The Explainer. Look, nobody wants to even think about their property getting damaged, but when the unexpected happens, whether it's water, fire, or mold, it can be incredibly stressful. The good news is, knowing what to do and what the path to restoration looks like can make all the difference.
So let's just jump right in. Your property is damaged. Now what? It's that nightmare scenario, right? The immediate moments can feel like total chaos, but believe it or not, there's a clear, professional process designed to get you and your property back to normal.
And that's exactly what this explainer is all about. We're going to walk you through the big three of household disasters. We'll get into the unique challenges each one brings and, more importantly, the professional steps needed to fix the damage and protect your investment.
All right, first up is the big one, the most common culprit out there. Water damage. Doesn't matter if it's from a tiny leak or a major flood, the number one thing you've got to remember is that with water, the clock is absolutely ticking.
And this really gets to the heart of it. We're not just talking about a puddle on the floor. Water is an active threat. Once it's loose, it is relentless. It starts wicking up walls, seeping into subfloors, and every single minute that goes by, the damage just gets worse and worse.
So you can see, this is not a job for a few towels in a bucket. No way. This is a multi-step attack plan. It starts with getting all that standing water out. Then comes the serious hardware, commercial-grade air movers and dehumidifiers to dry everything completely. After that comes the cleanup. And, here's the really smart part, figuring out how to prevent it from ever happening again.
Okay, so that's water. Now let's talk about something that can feel even scarier, fire. And here's the thing you might not realize. The danger is far from over just because the flames are out. The aftermath can be just as bad. This is so important. A lot of people think, okay, the fire's out, the worst is over, but that's just not true. The damage keeps happening. You've got this nasty, corrosive soot that gets everywhere, that smoke odor that sinks into everything, and even chemical damage from the fire extinguishers. And that's why the cleanup is so intense. You're basically fighting enemies you can't even see, like restoring the very air you breathe to get rid of toxic particles. Plus, you often have to deal with massive water damage from the sprinklers or the fire department's hoses. It's a huge, comprehensive restoration effort.
All right, let's move from the dramatic to the insidious. We're talking about mold, that silent invader that can start so small you don't even know it's there. But trust me, the consequences are serious.
And there it is. Mold is a problem that just compounds on itself. What starts as a tiny, harmless-looking patch of spores, maybe from a little hidden leak, can absolutely explode into a full-blown toxic colony. It's not just eating away at the structure of your house. It's a real, direct threat to your health.
This shows you that getting rid of mold isn't just about scrubbing with bleach. It's a science. Professionals come in and set up actual containment zones to stop the spores from spreading. They use advanced agents to remediate, they repair the damage, and, this is critical, they figure out how to stop it from ever coming back.
Okay, so we've seen the threats: water, fire, mold. It's scary stuff for sure. But what does the actual road back to normal look like? Let's map out the path to restoration, because there is a clear roadmap out of the crisis.
You know, it's really interesting to see how the why changes things. When it's your home, it's deeply personal, right? It's about protecting your family, your biggest investment, your quality of life. But for a business, it's all about the bottom line. The goal there is to get the doors back open and people back to work as fast and as safely as humanly possible.
And the good news is that whole response can be boiled down into 4 clear, manageable steps. It all starts with that first emergency call, and these teams are on standby 24/7. Then, a professional comes out to assess everything, often for free. Step 3 is where the real work happens, the expert cleanup and repair. And if things are really bad, well, step 4 is full-on reconstruction.
And that's a really important distinction to understand. Sometimes the damage is just too severe for a simple fix-up. Remediation is all about cleaning up the mess and making things safe. Reconstruction is about literally rebuilding the parts of your property that were destroyed.
And speaking of rebuilding, check this out. It just goes to show you how fast things can move with modern techniques. Some major projects, like installing a brand new acrylic bathroom from scratch, can now be done in as little as 1 day. 1 day! That's just incredible. And it shows how technology is speeding up the whole restoration journey. So, what's the bottom line here? What's the one thing you need to take away from all of this? It's this: when disaster strikes, 2 things matter more than anything else: speed and expertise. A fast response by people who know exactly what they're doing is what saves your property, and honestly, it's what restores your peace of mind. So we'll leave you with this final thought.
Now you understand the restoration process, which is a huge and critical first step. But the real question is, are you prepared for the unexpected? Because knowing who to call and what to expect, that's what gives you the real power when things go wrong.